Hey guys, Justice Curry with you today. I have an amazing episode. We are going to have a tour of Tulip City Comicon.
He has two of those, we both only need one. Now you're trading, now it goes, or somebody has one that is more complete than the one that you have, you can pick it up, and those toys become that currency as well. And we do, I have lists in my phone of where we're at with trade deals, and who, we all have a who owes who what, and it's because again we have the opportunity to see, hey, Justin has these figures, okay.
Now Tulip is in Holland, Michigan, and you probably have no idea where that's at. Think of GR. So we always use Michigan map, right?
Yeah, turn your hand the other way. There we go.
So here's the map of Michigan. We're about right over here.
No,
no?
On the coast.
Well, closer.
There
right
we're on the lake.
My good friend Matthew Rodriguez put on this Comicon. As you're about to see, it's going to be freaking fantastic. So come along. We're going to
Who's
walk
our
around.
helper?
We got a co-host right here, Mini-Me. Come on, let's go on. Wonderful cosplay, art, and toys are filled with this con. Alright, let's go right this way. We're going to find a way to get through.
Where's brother?
Alright. My third co-host, the videographer that's behind this camera, is my beautiful wife.
Hi.
Hezbollah Curry. Alright, so the main area, this is a labyrinth. There is literally all sorts of nooks and crannies here at Tulip City, but the main area is toys. And then we're going to take you through Artist Alley and some other exciting places. So come on. A lot of familiar faces. If you watched me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You'll see some of my friends here, the Michigander crew. At most Comic-Cons, you're going to find a variety of comic books. People love digging in here and trying to find, maybe a book that they're missing if they're trying to complete a run or whatnot, or see something they didn't know existed. I've already kind of gone through and not picked over a lot of stuff. I came here late, so other people like me probably went and found the best deals. But I still enjoy going through bins like this and finding little things to go, oh yeah, I want this. I did buy some stuff. I bought some G.I. Joe. I'll show you in a minute.
Alright, Baby J, let's go.
Ooh. Got some Mochu over there. See the green battle cat?
Oh yeah.
This is
Remember that guy we were talking
so
about
embarrassing.
that I bought the
yes.
trade from?
Oh.
Tell me some interesting
Great.
Oh.
things about him and Dad.
Yeah.
Are they here?
Like it.
I can't find them.
They own Tardy's Comics, Tardy's Corner, in Grand Rapids.
Awesome.
I've showed their booth many times in the past. Wonderful people. One of these days, I'll do a tour of their shop, which you guys are going to love. We'll continue along. Spawn, all sorts of things. Earthworm Jim. I loved the video game when it came out. I had these action figures as well because they were clearance in them back, 89, 87 cents.
Go, buddy. Stay with Daddy.
Lego figures. Legos are always, people like army building, especially the Star Wars troopers and the droids and miscellaneous ones. Great time. And bins like this. I mean, where else are you going to find a G.I. Joe VHS? Nowhere but Tulip City. Or this. What in the heck is this? What? That is the creepiest thing. I know I'm gonna put it back and then someone's gonna watch this video and go, that thing's worth $2,000. It's this rare, obscure toy line. They made 5 of them.
Oh, really?
Hello, hello. My fellow Creole lover. He's making some, and Creos are kind of the off-brand Legos, but they had the licensing for G.I. Joe. And as you can see, there's, you know, like the, what is this thing called? Asp? Yep, Asp, and the Ghost, whatever. And this was never a thing, but they made a ship. And look at, he made the Terradrome. Oh my God, I've never seen it in person. He made it like that with the fire bats. Yeah, oh yeah. Now we were having a sidebar conversation earlier because when these came out, I mean this was like $100, but the line never really took off. So I was buying 2 of each of these sets. I mean spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Then the line pretty much died and they clearanced them out. I mean some of these sets, the Dojo that was $60 was $8.89 at Toys R Us. They're clearancing them all out. Even this was like $20. Oh, what do we got there?
Lunch order.
Oh, I just ate lunch. I'm good, thanks. I gotta make sure, I gotta keep time sensitive because I'm gonna be part of a panel here momentarily talking about the passion of toy collecting. So we're gonna keep moving. Yeah, she's like, we're gonna have to go real quick. This is a wonderful booth. I love seeing a lot of the vintage G.I. Joes. He's my brother from another mother. Introduce yourself.
I'm Rob. How's it going?
Hey, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob loves vintage toys. He has a hodgepodge of all sorts of things. But I am going to confront you on film because I'm a little butthurt.
Uh-oh.
You sold the double telescoping to someone out there, and I go, why didn't I ask you if that was for sale? I would have bought that in a heartbeat.
I know.
And it's my fault. It's actually my fault. He showed me a double telescoping lightsaber.
Pretty sweet. I sold 5 or 6 people. Hey, lunch is here.
Yay! Here, can I just set this underneath your booth?
Yeah,
Get
go
it in a
for it.
second. Do you have another one? For sale?
Is she covering her face?
No, I don't know if I can
Oh,
pull
okay.
2 of those out.
You can't put 2 double
I
telescoping.
got a nice stormtrooper. That's pretty minty.
Minty white.
That's quality.
Yeah, you don't see the snow trooper that white very often.
And the cape.
Double it. Why is it not?
There we go.
There we go.
Sort of.
Focusing. Very nice, very nice.
Hey, buddy, come here.
Sorry about that, bro.
That's right. No, it's not your fault. That was just like, why didn't I ask? It's my fault. I should have asked if it was for sale.
I'll hold his hands as he cries to sleep tonight. All right.
Going back around, more comics. I enjoy comics. I'm not a heavy comic book collector. Modern, Transformers. These caught my eye earlier. You don't see these at shows. Strategy guide to the original Final Fantasy. These were the books that came out before Nintendo Power. Which are little tiny strategy type guides. Oh, thank you, buddy. Keep going. Pokemon. I wonder who in this room likes Pokemon. Who's this character without looking?
Raichu.
It is! Someone plays Pokemon Go. First behind the camera.
There's no painted wrong.
Howdy.
Buddy, how are you?
I'm alright. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. I just, don't cry, don't be mad at me, but I just sold the Nintendo Power all those years.
Wow. I didn't know you had all them.
I had 2 full totes filled with them, and I went through most of them, had mine sentimental.
Yeah.
And I just go, why am I keeping these things around? They can't take up too much room.
The Nintendo powers are very weird. I've had almost all of them twice, and I just don't want them anymore. But then
Baby Jay. Oh, you can go.
Did you see the ones over there?
no.
Yeah, there's those issues before Nintendo Power came out. I got 2 of those. Where? That booth right there on the right. All right, buddy. See you, Joe.
Yeah.
You want me to sit or are you good? Okay, can you back?
They've been gracious enough to babysit. Thank you so much. Our daughter BB.
Hey!
Boone's Farms here. Is it your old nickname? That's funny. Great booth. Lot of
Photographer.
How you doing, buddy? We'll see you in a minute.
All right, we're gonna get yelled at.
Baby J's getting in the way. All right. We'll be back for. Thank you.
Oh,
I need to see you guys embrace. Oh.
we got it.
Embrace.
Travis's booth. Great story. Get over here. Come here. Introduce yourself to the camera.
My name's Dave Bond. I'm from Lake City, Florida.
Lake City, Florida. So we are in Michigan. You traveled all the way up here
That's
for
correct.
the con. Can you tell me why, or what got you started collecting?
Well, I traveled up here because I wanted to participate in the My Life Is Gonna Kill Me live broadcast. Check it out on
Podcast.
right. And the reason why I heard of that is through Justice's YouTube videos.
No way.
And so Justice is the reason why I flew all the way up here to Michigan from Florida to attend this con. So,
That is
So I
awesome.
appreciate you introducing me to the community and all the guys, and it's just been great.
Absolutely.
I love meeting everyone. And it's kind of bittersweet for me to be here today because I have to board a
gotta
flight
go back.
tonight and I gotta go back. So it's
goodness.
like, but I can always come back the next one. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
got a
Make-
great
make
collection.
this every, come back.
And the people, like you said, you drove, flew all the way from Florida to Michigan because of the people. It's not like you're going here going, maybe they'll have that one toy that I need. No, the people are more important than the toys.
Absolutely.
It's the toys that bond us, guide us, unite us. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for what you do, man.
Yeah, sure. All right, Travis Bull's booth. He's got a lot of wonderful stuff. I'm going to show you guys a video of our Canadian adventure here in a further up. Maybe I'll release it before then. I don't know. I'll put a link up above. But Travis and I drove 26 hours round trip and picked up a mega lot, most of which is up here now with G.I. Joe, Hot Toys, Motu, you name it. We're going right around.
We need to go see Kyle too.
Oh.
My life is not complete if we don't go say hi to Kyle. Hey Kyle.
Hello.
I like your man satchel. That's pretty
Thank
cute
you
there.
very much. Keeps everything in it. Everything is stored. I know where everything is.
Let me do the
So you
interview.
got your
Here.
tampons in here, your...
Let's trade places. Let me do the interview. You take the camera. So Kyle, I see that you have a whole bunch of toys here. Now, what are they?
That's Marvel. That's Star Wars. That's loose G.I. Joe figures. That's vintage and humanoid.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. But you know what? I'm really glad that you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys came here.
Yes, absolutely. So that's all the interview I have in me.
All right.
Hey, real quick, what Dave didn't tell you on the last, when you were just
That's
talking
what
Dave
you like
Bond.
in your nose.
Yeah, I know. It snowed here last night.
Yes.
Dave has never seen snow.
Are you
So-
serious?
Oh my God.
Never saw snow. So
Oh
he
my
was
gosh.
Outside.
Did you make
Just-
snow angels last night?
I made a magic snowball that I carried around with me. in a
Oh
glass.
my goodness.
And I kept running inside going, guys, it's snowing, it's snowing. And they're like, yeah, Dave, it's Michigan, it happens all the time. So
And mind you, it's late April.
April 28th.
April 28th.
Tomorrow is May, isn't it?
Yeah,
No.
or so,
No, what's
soon.
today? I don't even know what day it is.
Monday.
Welcome to Michigan.
absolutely.
Ugh.
39 years old, first time I saw snow. was
Seriously?
yesterday. Yep, first time.
That is...
Wow.
I did Facebook Live, yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, me and Kyle were out there. I was like a little kid. I was trying to see.
That
Did you
cracks
touch
me
it
up.
with your snow with your tongue?
Oh, I did it all. I did it all. So.
I love it. All right, we're gonna continue around, look at the
My
toys.
job back.
Just
Otherwise,
slow
I'll be
pan.
freaked out.
No, I'm gonna have to go to that panel here momentarily. So we're gonna go to a panel in a few moments, but I just wanted to show you some of the wonderful.
Does that mean we get to listen to you talk more?
Yes, you're lucky. You're very lucky.
This is a dream come true.
Because of this motor mount. Aerators, masks, men on card. You don't see aerators too often. Like probably 97.
Don't touch that. Gosh.
Transformers. That's awesome. They kept the box for it. Alien Day was yesterday. NECA is huge with the alien figures. Vasquez, wonderful, realistic looking figure. Compared to the mid-early 90s when they were releasing this kind of stuff, they've come a long way. This power loader works perfectly with G.I. Joes. If you like G.I. Joe, get this power loader, put a Joe figure in it, you'll love it. All right, let's stop the film and we'll reconverge with the panel in a moment. All right, see ya.
If you get a chance, local
A
celebrity,
mammoth.
Bryce Treesinga is in the house.
Oops, sorry about
Say hi
that.
to Bryce Treesinga, he's somewhere
The
in the house.
asp.
Local celebrity of Brothers Adams.
Hopefully I can find Mr. Rodriguez, the creator of this con. Look for the man with a microphone.
The oldest, the what, the Hema Society.
I'm not quite sure where he went. Oh, there he is. Maybe I can get a quick interview with him. All right, I've been looking everywhere for Matt. Matt's been avoiding me. I think I saw him. Someone told me, his wife told me he's in the bathroom. So I'll see if he's in there. I'll get an interview at all costs. Thank God, I've been looking for you everywhere. Where have you been? Come on, dude. I really needed to get this interview. Let's just get it over with.
I just wanted a couple minutes. Just
You don't
relax.
get a few minutes.
I didn't even, I have to go to the bathroom. I just came in here to wash my hands to get a couple minutes just to breathe.
No, you don't get a few minutes to breathe.
Do you ever turn that off?
No, this follows me around. I am obligated by law to carry it around with me nonstop.
All right.
But it's a double-edged sword.
Well, hey, I wanted to say thank you. I heard that you guys had a little bit of a panel discussion
Yep.
earlier with Steven and Pete. And
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming out. I know it's a little bit of a drive, and it's only a one day, so I know that you have to be a little bit choosy on what you do.
Absolutely.
And so I saw your daughter had her sorceress.
Yeah, she got second place. I was
Are you
pretty happy.
serious?
Yeah.
Nice,
I'm
nice.
super stoked about it.
Take her to the movies. I think
Yes.
movie tickets.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
We got some movie tickets.
Yeah,
so
so
thank you.
awesome. We appreciate you coming out.
Yes.
So.
Well, I appreciate this entire con that you put on. It is top notch. This is, how many years have you been doing
This is the fourth.
Fourth year, huh?
Yep. And this is our third year at this venue. Hey, little buddy. Our third year at this venue, and it just works out really well because the hotel's here, and we have kind of this spread out sort of. You can go upstairs, you can go in this hall, you can go in the artist alley, and it feels a little bit different, different than some cons do. And I don't know if it's the family-friendly atmosphere
Let's
or
look
what
in
it
the
is.
mirror.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
So bounce.
So, yeah.
Look at the camera in the mirror, because if you look at the camera in the mirror, it looks like you're looking at it.
Okay, so anyways, Tulip City, 2019. We're only an hour and a half left, but it's been a crazy, wonderful day. And
2019.
2019. Is that
Yes,
what I
you said 18.
said? It feels like it.
Rewind it. 18.
Tulip City, 2019. We're Tulip City, 2019. We're Tulip City, 2019. We're
Dude, okay, yeah. So this is your third year?
Nope, fourth.
Fourth year?
2019. Tulip City.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a blast. We've had a lot of cool people. And yeah, I know you probably got like a couple more fans than I do. But I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this to just promote real quick. Disciple 6 and Defenders of Eden. Look us up online. Defenders of Eden issue 2 has like 5 more pages left to be colored. And if you back that on Kickstarter, issue 2 is coming soon. But
Tell me
those
what
are some
it is. What
personal,
is it?
personal projects of mine. Comic books. Not only do I run this show, but I also write and create superheroes and comic books. And so that's kind of where my passion is. So when I'm selling cars during the day, at night I put on my mask and I became a comic book writer. So so look us up on Facebook and online and on the website. Disciple 6 is more superhero friendly, kind of a X-Men-y sort of Hellboyish kind of feel to it. And then Defenders of Eden is straight up He-Man.
I love it.
80s.
Yes, the
blue
first issue was
dinosaurs.
great.
So, yeah, we wish there was a little bit longer fight scene, but overall it was great. So check that out. So I'm going to use that plug because
No, absolutely. Why
I
not?
have to with this many people watching.
Yeah, we got 8 people more than you'll have otherwise.
So thank you for catching me in my break.
Hey, I gotta improvise, adapt, and overcome. So, and I'm glad you washed your hands. The smell in here is, what the heck did you eat, man? It reeks in here.
I gotta probably brush my teeth too.
Yeah,
so.
probably. All right, well, thanks again. I'm gonna take this. I'll shake left hand. This is a no-no, but in the camera it's opposite, so it probably looks like our right hand. So, all right, guys, take care. Bye.
right, go.
All right, continuing our tour. We're gonna go downstairs into some of the artist alley, see some more toys.
Baby J, take that out of your mouth. It's been on the floor.
Here's an overview. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Look at it. Isn't that cool? Let's go down there and check it out, okay?
You're going to the cosplay contest.
Hey, Brandy's walking by herself down there.
Randy!
Brandy! Brandy! Hey, wait right there. Wait there.
Hey, any kids that were in the cosplay contest, kids, come and bring your numbers back.
Oh, yeah, her number is on her thing.
Use them next year.
Still
And
recording?
we're gonna figure out who
Yes.
the winner was.
I need her back though. Oh, her number goes to this table over here. Pageant Dad, right there.
Looks like the winner of the kids cosplay contest was a tie. Mysterio himself.
Where'd they go?
From
Oh, that table right
Spider-Man
over there.
Far From Home. And SpongeBob SquarePants,
All right, let's go this way, Brandy.
who is
Let's
known
actually
as
look like-
Scum in my house.
What?
Wait, right here.
Mysterio.
We're gonna go this way.
SpongeBob. Hopefully they got their pictures taken by the Tulip City banner. And thank you for coming. We'll see you guys next year.
Here.
We're gonna go check out the art area with Daddy.
Next up at 4 o'clock is the
Okay,
adult cosplay
sorry to hear that.
contest.
Can I get my face painted really quick?
No.
Randy, look what you won. For the costume thing.
Whoa.
All right, let's walk around some more. A lot of great prints and art.
All right, follow Daddy.
I won.
No, not right now. Come on. Like I said before, it's like a labyrinth. There's all these hidden hallways.
Sorceress?
He-Man.
No, the bird.
Yeah, sorceress. The bird is the sorceress. It's from He-Man. You know, it's a cartoon.
Got it. Got
Oh, kitty's coming to get you. So seeing the enjoyment in my kid's face and laughing and playing.
Just for me.
This booth I wanted to just kind of touch on a little bit. I thought it was fascinating that they were
Stay
using
here with me. Stay here with me.
they were using original figures for their, you know,
Oh, neat.
proprietor of this. Can you kind of tell me your inspiration or how you got started with this whole thing?
Sure. I've been a long time like G.I. Joe figures.
Yeah.
Started getting into 6-inch scale. And I'm a photographer by trade. So I just decided to scale down a little bit. So I create dioramas.
All these dioramas are you?
Yeah, so
Oh
I
my goodness.
create these. So a lot of these, what you see, they're actually sets.
Yeah.
So I create the sets, light the sets. There's no Photoshop. These are all in camera.
Oh my
So
gosh.
there's no Photoshop on these, only for slight enhancing color.
Yep.
Everything else is as you see it. That's how it's
Oh my gosh, I love it. Here, can you go around and show a little
Sure
bit
thing.
of this?
It's just me.
Oh, wow.
You got a little bit of everything. You have some Marvel, DC, just what you like. Popeye. Wow.
So yeah, small scale pics are on Instagram.
Okay, small scale pics on Instagram, so check them out. Here's the card, which I'll show later. Awesome. Well,
Let me
thank
take
you,
a picture
sir.
of it. Wait 1 second. Got it. All right, thank you.
YouTube, my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Justice Curry. Justice, JUSTICE, on YouTube. See you later on.
All right.
You'll be famous.
Yeah.
I promise.
All right. Look for the links.
Yep.
We bought one of these. My kids love Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol is a big thing that
No, they don't.
my son loves.
No, he likes PJ Masks.
PJ Masks. Oh my gosh, I'm confusing all these different things up. But we bought one earlier from this. Come on.
This is cool artwork. I like this one.
Yeah, real neat artwork. Yeah, just $5 for all of them. Even the original. Oh yeah. Well, no, just one of them, the sorceress right there.
Cat chases him back.
Yep.
Brandy, Justin, stay with me, please.
Let me take the camera. I'm just gonna scroll.
No,
around
I'm having
real quick.
fun.
No, I don't want to talk. I just want to show what I want to show. All right. Some of the various art. Hello, hi. Awesome, very talented artists all over the place. Some, and then they put their media on like a mouse pad right here. Genius. You loving all these different comics that over here. Draw your own pony. Awesome. Hello, hi. Then we have anime. Okay, sweet. One of my favorites right here, this Mayan crossover with Super Smash Brothers and Ninja Turtles and whatnot. Awesome, great work. Hey. Oh my gosh, you can't beat, look at this. It's insanity. Rumble Kings. It's like his own personalized comic. Sweet. Hello, sir. Hello. Good. Oh man, some Hellboy, Thanos, Ninja Turtles. Whoa. Looking forward to this movie very much so. All sorts. $5 prints, can't beat that price. Wow. Hello, hi. Oh my gosh. A 3-in-1. Oh my goodness. I love it. Which number? 37. Oh, 37, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, fantastic. It would be wonderful to frame.
Black Panther and Kylo Ren spent like 12 hours.
Yes. Beautiful, great job, nice work. Going around. Hello, how you doing? Good. Oh, some stickers and a personalized comic. Stickers, awesome. Commissions. And a lot of these people will do commissions. You know, you tell them your idea and they'll do it. I love looking at it. All right, my kids are about ready to melt down. My wife probably is going to melt down before my kids because she's chasing around. So I'm going to hurry it on up. Just look a few more things. Beautiful cat people. All right, so that's Artist Alley. Bye-bye. All right, my videographer just left me. We're up in the upstairs area getting ready to start the panel, but I kind of want to walk around. I have a stand-in for me, so this is my offspring, BB. How you doing? So what do we got going on up here? Can you point me?
There's a bunch of characters up here.
What do we got going on right there behind you? Walk around, show me. Show me Darth.
What?
Can you show me Darth Vader?
That's Darth Vader.
Holy, is that the real Darth Vader?
No.
Oh, he's not? How do you know? How do you know?
Because it's a costume.
Oh, really? And then we got some princesses over there you already took pictures with, right? Yeah? Cool. What's that costume right there, that red one? In front of you?
Spider-Man.
Where? Go point to him.
There.
Really? Okay. Wow. Looks like my son. Wow, we're just getting some video. Justin, come here, turn around. Got video. All right, I'll take a screenshot of that. Oh my gosh, look at. Whoa! He's a bad guy, Justin, run away. Okay. Here, give it back. Say thank you. Brandy, it's just video, okay? I'll take a screenshot of the video that I'm taking right now. All right, awesome. Perfect, perfect. Wow. Getting started momentarily. Some really neat costumes all over the place. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Randy's entering her first cosplay contest. Let's see how it goes, okay?
Thank you. And then next we have Brandy as the sorceress.
Wow, yeah.
Right out here in the crowd. Great job.
Wow.
And then turn here for the judges so they can see you as well.
Wow.
Round of applause for sorceress. Next is Serenity. Come on up as Supergirl.
Well, welcome to the passion of collecting panel discussions.
Thank you, George.
My name is Josh. I'll be the moderator today. I'm pleased to have Pete and Steve and Justin here with us today to talk about collecting. So we'll start with Pete. Why don't you just give a brief introduction of yourself, kind of who you are, where you're from, and what your collection is.
All right, Pete McCarthy. I'm kind of here representing the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast. I'm from Whitehall, about an hour or so north of here. My main attraction is probably Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then I'm a G.I. Joe guy as well. And then there's a lot of kind of obscure offshoots that I pick up when I can as well.
I'm Steve Bishotti. I collect basically Masters of the Universe and G.I. Joe for the most part. Little Star Wars thrown in there, a little bit of Hot Toys in there too. I live out from Muskegon, and along with Pete, I have My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast.
Hey guys, everyone. I'll save questions at the end. Sort of back in the day. Justice Curry, also known as Justin Carey and Justin Curry, whatever. Collector for many. I've been collecting my whole life. I took a hiatus because I thought I had to grow up and become an adult. And basically, when the Toy Hunter came out all those years ago, I went, "Oh my God, there's other dudes that are collecting. I want to get back into it," and went headlong. The main focus is He-Man and G.I. Joe, but I got all sorts of sporadic other lines that I collect as well. Yeah.
And Baby J and you.
That's right here. Got plugged into the community and having fun with it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. So, first question for you each is you started to touch on a little bit of this. What got you started in collecting? Kind of what was that impetus to make you, even as adults, keep doing it?
What kind of got me started again with the toys that made us. I was watching, not the toys, sorry, the Toy Hunter with Jordan Hembrow, and it was wow, this is neat. But then I was suffering from another pretty bad addiction with alcohol, and when I stopped drinking, I had all my old drinking buddies stopped coming around, and I had all this free time, and it transferred into buying one G.I. Joe 1986 Viper, and holding that, something triggered inside me, and I went, I'm going to start buying up, calling my old friends, see if they had their collections, and just slowly, surely buying more and more and more, and realizing there was an online community of people, and the friends and the people I've met through this is definitely well worth way more than the toys themselves. The toys are excuses to come and hang out and talk about fun things that we're doing in our lives. This is great hobby. Yeah. I don't know where I got started.
Oh, I never really became ignorant to toys, I guess. At all ages, every time I walked into a Myers, a Kmart, a Walmart, or anything, I strolled the toy aisle. There was a long period of time where I never bought anything, but I always had to check them out, and always had to look at them, and everything else. So then about, it was 2012-ish, I for some reason got in my head that I needed a He-Man t-shirt. And I went on Amazon or somewhere to look for a He-Man t-shirt. And I was looking for the old Filmation cartoon that I loved as a kid. And along in that Amazon search, these Masters of the Universe Classics figures popped up that I didn't know existed, which are basically redos of they're jacked up versions, better versions of the original toys that I had as a child. So when I saw those, I was pretty blown away by what they looked like, and then I didn't know that we were already a few years deep in this line. So as I looked for my favorite characters, I was interested. It was amazing to see, I guess, that there were so many of them that had already been released at this point. And so then I talked myself into, well, I'm going to get He-Man and Skeletor, and that's it. I'm going to put them up on the shelf, and I'm not going to get any more. But then I needed Battlecat and Panther, and then I needed a few more. My favorite's Fisto, and it didn't do. That was the spiral that led me down the road. Going back, continuing on with that, going back to get vintage, getting back into G.I. Joe, which is my second love. Looking at dabbling in Marvel Legends, keeping up with the Star Wars, looking at podcasts, getting just immersed in the whole thing, until I eventually met a mutual friend of ours and Pete's, Travis, at a toy show, and then really became plugged into the community, and here I am.
Travis for me as well. We started hanging out socially, our wives and us, kind of doing their thing, and it was, hey, check this out, and I got to thinking about toys, and I remember one of my favorite toys as a kid being a Monty Moose character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I picked them up. That does not go in your mouth. I had that thing in my hand, and there was like this. I know, baby. That feeling you get, and you hear that song, and you remember that first girl you had a crush on. It's that same feeling. It's that pit of your stomach, like that nostalgia of. And then it was like, well, I mean, how do you, Casey Jones, man, how do you not have Casey Jones? Dude's got a cricket bat, you know what I mean? And it went haywire. And I'm not a completist like these two guys are. And I feel like they totally undersold the distinctness of this disease that they have. They're not talking about just going back and grabbing some figures for their shelf. Dude's got every G.I. Joe released in the U.S. from like 82 to 89 in the original package unopened. Okay? This guy went back and has all of the vintage He-Man and all of the classics He-Man. We're talking hundreds of figures, and we're talking about thousands of dollars. These guys have absolutely amazing collections, and they're displayed in a way that's absolutely amazing as well. And I felt like they were kind of shooting a little modest there, but these guys come up with some of the most obscure, bizarre, weird stuff because they're running out of things to collect in that line.
Yeah.
So Justice is like, hey, look at this. This one's from Brazil, and its M is a different color. Well, yeah, it was 18 times more expensive, but it's from Brazil. I mean, it's the depth of what you can do. We literally are. I mean, we are literally down the rabbit hole here, man. And it's just. But you know, when Steve spoke to, well, I got this toy, and it opened up to Joe, and then it opened up to this, and it opened up to this, and what really put me over the edge was my son, and it was like, oh yeah. Well, I gotta get this for him, and my wife's like, what's he gonna do with a $50 mint on card G.I. Joe? He's 6 months old, and I'm like. Whatever he wants with it, because it's his. And that was another big part of it, is him falling in love with Ninja Turtles style. And it was like, well, I gotta collect those too because I can buy those on the. And it's just excuses, man. It's just excuses.
It's a translucent chandelier.
Oh, that's beyond sickness, man.
Talk more about how the family dynamics come into play with collecting like that. Is your family generally supportive? Do they just put up with it? They get into it with you? What's that like?
Well, we might have someone that can shed some light on that, but I'll spit some lies out here right now. She is supportive. She loves it. You know, I mean, she loves me, so she accepts it. I mean, she doesn't get it, and I've heard her say this many times, so I can paraphrase. But she understands that you know, this is important to me. It's passionate for me. And I kind of traded one addiction, an unhealthy one, for a positive, a healthier one. So she says, you know what, go for it. And friends that I've made, you know, she's made friends with, you know, my buddy's spouses, and you know, getting together as family. So she could care less about the toys. It's just, you know, some of the cool side benefits of it, of the community aspect to it. And slowly she's gotten a little more acceptable. Like she's holding the video camera right now for my YouTube channel, and because I like when she's a part of things or packaging up things.
You got a YouTube channel?
No, yeah.
I had no idea.
Let me tell all of you out here, hit that subscribe button just to
Hey, in the back, quiet in the back, all right?
Knock it off. We're gonna ask you to leave.
I got your back.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. But but her mother's my mother-in-law. I remember she came into my collection room. It was 360.
That's a scary moment.
And this is the feeling. She walks in, she's like, oh my God. Like I'm a hoarder, like I have dead animals on my wall.
She thinks you're crazy.
She goes, Justin. She's like,
She took his hand and said, pray with me.
yes! That's what happened. And
Justin, get your hand out of your pants. Thank you.
and
You too, little Justin.
But overall, you know, my dad, family, everyone just goes, hey, that's his thing, you know. I mean, because you know, a lot of not normal people, what's normal, but most people, guys, sports or something else that are more mainstream. But we're in the side niche hobby, but it's healthy. It's an awesome community. There's a lot of us.
Well, I can't imagine what was going through my wife's head when I started this. When she met me, I was I did off-road jeeping. That was my hobby. I built jeeps and traveled them around and rock crawl, off-road parks.
I was World War II reenactment.
That was another thing I did too. So then,
He's like Manny Faces.
yeah, at some point, this
Audience.
that got too expensive. I couldn't do that anymore. It was with kids. It was harder, and it just my Jeep just sat there more and more. So I sold it, and then so for me to just start down this thing, it felt defective to me in the beginning. I felt like I was, you know, I was the stereotypical awkward guy that doesn't have a life and collects toys, and I was kind of ashamed of it, for sure, in the beginning. And so, you know, from her point of view, I can imagine that was also probably a little. It's weird, you know. I think it's because I'm more involved with the community now, but back then I didn't know anybody that did this but me, but I had this draw to do it. So I kind of hid it. I have a giant diorama I built for my He-Man, but I built it in my mechanical room where no one would see it unless I wanted to show it to them. So they could come into my house. My house was normal, but if I opened up this door, you'd see this great big Castle Grayskull and all these characters everywhere.
So sad.
So then things completely changed when meeting these guys over time, and then social events, and then realizing that there are other guys out there that hold jobs, have families, or can be, you know, completely responsible, but still have this hobby, addiction, whatever you want to call it. And I think that was the turning point for her to become more and more accepting. Now, if you go into my house, I still have that diorama, but I also have the whole bottom floor is almost all me now. So upstairs there's nothing, well, most of the time. And then downstairs has become my my display area, and you know, we're talking going on 3 rooms down there, have my toys in them now. So she just lives it.
You know, it's funny because there's no way to spin toy collecting as anything other than something selfish. We collect these toys for us, period, end of story. And you know, the 3 of us up here, we're in public safety, public service on a daily basis, and we have children. We have 8 children amongst the 3 of us, not to mention the countless children that your family has welcomed in on a temporary basis. And you find that you do for everyone else, and that's a great feeling. And toy collecting gives you an opportunity to do for you. Every toy that I've ever bought, that was for me, obviously was for me, but I've bought a lot of toys because I thought Steve would like this or Travis would think this was cool. And they've done the exact same thing. And there's a selfish piece even to giving that gift of the toy because you knew they were looking for that specific whatever. This is really one of the only things in my life that carries that selfishness because everything else is about others. And I know that there are times that we've all given up things because we needed to buy 2 of the kids all new soccer stuff, or we needed to pay the preschool bill, or what have you. And we're all fortunate enough to be in a place in our lives where we can be selfish and we can do these things. And that's one of the most fun parts about it. Now, you know, my son obviously is into collecting. He aspires to be you in the worst way. He loves that YouTube presence, and you know, my daughters, they each have something a little they like to do. My one daughter's big into art. My one daughter loves to help me plan the ski con. So they all have their little pieces. My wife, the kicker for me was I needed to bridge that gap between this is what I enjoy doing and I don't want to get stabbed in the middle of the night by my wife. And
It's a fine line. It's a fine line.
Yeah, she found that they're Funko Pops because they license stuff in such a random variety of universes. So now she has stuff that she looks forward to seeing at a con, and she likes the hotel room. So she spends time in the hotel room, relaxes, doesn't have 4 kids and a wiener dog in bed with her. She gets that. She gets a Funko Pop or 2. I get to do my thing, and kind of everybody wins, you know. And we have that support. And don't get us wrong. Every chance Liz or Courtney or Amanda get to take a shot at us, they're fired. But,
Absolutely.
But you know, again, they've become a part of it, and that really is where that when that comes together, that's when you're like, okay, this is cool. That I can do this and I can be successful in this because we do this 12 weekends a year. For at least a day, if not 2 days. We record once a week for 2 hours. So we're typically gone for 4 after setup and prep and tear down and what have you. So a lot goes into this, and it's not just, you know, every time we go to the store, she gets drugged up a toy aisle. That's how it's going to be. But it's to the point now where she's like, hey, you don't have this one yet, do you? No, I don't. Well, you should get it. No, I'll wait till paid. Oh, no, just get it. Okay. You know.
Has that ever happened?
And then, so like I said, it kind of wraps all up into you honestly could not, in my opinion, you could not do what any of us do without that support. You know, without lying and having deceit and you know what I mean. It's if you can say that you can do what we've done. If you have a healthy marriage, it's because you've done it the way that we've done it, and we're very, very fortunate for that. So
it wouldn't be any fun to do it if someone who hated it.
Right.
Resented it.
Hey Liz, you have to kick because the audio is just going to pick up those.
There's not even any audio hardly playing.
It's quite concerning with celebrity.
I don't like the video.
I've got standards.
It'll be like overwhelming.
So feel free to take it down that path or any other path, but you know, Justin, you mentioned a little bit, you know, more mainstream, there's guys are into sports or whatever. Like, we've all got our things, right? We've all got the things that we're into, the things that we're passionate about, the things we look forward to after work. What are some of the other things for you guys, besides your collections, that make you kind of go on with your journey?
Wisdom.
Other forms of, I mean, you got the normal things that, like religion, God's number one, you got family, you got work, responsibilities, and toy collecting is basically just that unplug. Because, you know, adulting with real life problems that we have, it's tough. And that's a lot of the reason people go to negative addictions, alcohol, substance abuse, what have you, to unplug from that real world drama that we all, no one's unharmed from it. But this is that healthier version where you go, all right, simpler times in my life, fond memories. Everybody's had a toy, from one toy, or if you're spoiled, you had hundreds, thousands of toys. So now to reconnect with that and have goals and collecting. My YouTube channel, that's a huge thing. That's a part that I mix in with my toy collecting. I'm spending an equal amount of time buying, selling, and then editing and forming new YouTube content. As far as other hobbies and whatnot, just family stuff, camping, outdoors.
Yeah, I would second the escape that Justin's talking about. So toys aren't my only escape, but my other escapes are similar in the fact that I like to live in a land of make-believe as much as I can. So movies, Game of Thrones, whether it be stuff like that, it's usually, I like fantasy-based stuff. I like creative stuff. Travis still does. Anyways, so it's basically that game. I do art, but again, my art, the stuff I draw is fantasy. It's superheroes or whatever, that sort of thing, movie characters. It's all basically that. For so much of the day, you have to be a regular human being and take care of business and take care of your family, take care of whatever it is. And the other part, I don't like watching the news. I don't like watching really things that as often as I can, I like to just get away somewhere else. The toy aspect, you figure why toys and not as a grown man, what do you do with them? You play with them? Pew, pew, pew. What do you do? And it's the thing of why not get a statue? If you like, let's say you like Transformers, why not get this beautiful Optimus Prime statue?
Because the statue doesn't become a semi.
That's one reason.
Transform.
Well, you could buy another statue and just that's his semi-form, and you may be able to display right next to it. Well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is
They're way more
the
expensive.
difference for me is I can't do anything with a static piece of equipment. I can take a figure and I can set them up and I can display them any way I want, in any pose I want, with any weapons I want. I can interchange them and I can set them up, so it becomes a creative outlet. Even though I didn't make those toys, but I'm still the way I put them together, who I put with who. It's just, there's just a lot of imagination that goes in that, when I was a kid. And the only way I get that, like I had as a kid, is through these toys. If that makes any sense.
No.
Need anything aside from whiskey?
I dabble a little bit. I've got some various entrepreneurial enterprises, which probably sound a lot fancier than actually. But it revolves around this universe. We talked about toy collecting, and that's an aspect, absolutely. But why do we collect Marvel Legends action figures? Well, because we love the Punisher. Why do we love the Punisher? Because I've read Garth Ennis's run on the Punisher Max in the comics, because I've watched the Netflix series with John Bernthal. I've watched the Thomas Jane movie. Well, that all becomes intertwined. So there are the content and the connection that you have with some of those action figures is typically from a different media. So again, I enjoy reading comics. I have a that I read the standard novels as well. I dabble a little bit in writing, and that's just creative for me, kind of behind the scenes, because I enjoy doing that stuff. And I can't play music, and I can't do art, and I can't really do anything other than put words together. So that's why writing is my favorite content. But it all comes back to, we get together and hang out with friends, well, these conversations happen. And that's what our podcast was born out of. It was Steve going, hey, we're going to have these conversations anyways, why not record them and share them? Well, one of the reasons that the limited popularity that our podcast does have, and I say limited because we're obviously not Kevin Smith, but
What's your podcast called?
My Wife Is Going to Kill Me podcast. Available on iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic, and now Spotify. So, but the thing that a lot of people like the most about it is that I feel like I'm sitting with my buddies back home and we're bullshitting and we're having a conversation. And that's why we, what?
Language, please.
Matthew Rodriguez actually said that it was for adult content. So you're an irresponsible parent by bringing her here. So
tell us more.
While that, so what, you know, again, all those things become intertwined. Well, our social events, the way that we hang out, the things that we do, they in some way, shape, or form revolve around this. You know, Justin just spent 36 hours in a vehicle in another country because of toys. I would have hurt myself having to be in a vehicle with him that long, but Travis Baird, really good for him. But who would have ever thought that that would have been an opportunity? But because of these plastic action figures, it has been. And I'll say it, I will always give Travis the credit. Travis gets credit for the name of the podcast, and Travis gets credit because he talks about, yes, we collect action figures, comics, and we collect art, we do this stuff, but we're all friend collectors. And that's really been the most fun part of all of this. And, you know, meeting Matt, who obviously is the proprietor of the Tulip City show, I followed in his footsteps a year later. Well, I can't do art like this guy. I can't do YouTube like this guy. I started my own convention in Muskegon, and Matt's been a huge help with that. And it's because of a mindless action figure. You know, and so much of my life is involved in this culture, and that's really what it is. All these things together, this culture, because of that one action figure. And I still have that action figure, and at the end of the day, if I have to sell every single action figure I've ever bought because I got to put food on the table, so be it. But Monty Moose is staying with me because it really was the beginning of that. Really was the beginning of something very, very special to all of us. So.
What advice do you guys have for young collectors
Don't.
or aspiring collectors?
And the only reason I say that is because if you want the same stuff that I want, I don't want your competition. So,
No.
Find what you love
Not appropriate.
and start there and go, hey, you know what? Get the stuff that you like, get the stuff that means something to you, or buy something because you thought it looked cool from across the room. There are no rules to toy collecting. It doesn't matter if you want to have, now, everybody has their own individual rules, okay, in their individual standards. Like, you don't put, you know, this figure on this, they just stay in the lines. Motu stays together, Star Wars stays together. But if you want to have Boba Fett fighting Skeletor, then you can. Okay, again, this is about you. This is toy collecting. You know, if you want to see a vein pop out Steve's forehead, put a 3 3/4 inch figure next to a 6 inch figure and watch the panic ensue, right? But if you want to mix lines and you want to mix scales and you want to do whatever it is you want to do, then by all means, this truly is your world, and you can live it in any way that you want to, and you don't have to do it the way that any of us have, and not any of the three of us have done the same. And again, we have that much more fun, and we all have stuff that we collect that we make fun of each other for, and that's a huge fun part of it as well. Like if you collect My Little Pony, I'm gonna make fun of you. So that's okay. I collect Ninja Turtles that are mutated in neon colors. Like, I get it. You know, I make fun of Motu all the time, but really, do I have a leg to stand on? You know, I do have a leg to stand on, and it's a hatchet instead of a pizza box. That's neither here nor there. So, but that's you. Be you, and do it the way that you want to do it, and just have fun with it. Absolutely have fun with it.
And to piggyback on Pete, the common saying that I always bring up in my videos, I go, you do you. You collect, because we all collect differently. And the rules, I'll give advice sometimes. I'll say, hey, slow down, because I'll see new collectors just hemorrhaging money into the hobby and just quickly trying to get to the complete finish line. I'm like, slow down and have the rest of your life. Because what ends up happening is, I call them tourists. They freaking go into the hobby, they love it, oh my god, this is awesome, and they buy up everything they want, and then they get to the finish line of going, okay, I just got this, all of the G.I. Joes that ever existed in the U.S. line. I'm not feeling any happier. If you're looking for toys to fill that gap or that hole inside your life, it ain't gonna fill it. It's impossible. But there's healthy aspects to it. It's a hobby. And unfortunately, I do see people just throwing in money, buy it, and they put it on the shelf and go, oh, this isn't too fun, you know, I did it too fast. But that's the cool part about lily padding, because if I love G.I. Joe, ooh, what are these Mythic Legion figures? I buy one, and then I hop onto that lily pad. And then I remember Ninja Turtles, I had, you know, Hiding Shell Raphael, I'm gonna buy that one. Well, I better get all four now, and now, oh, they had this, I didn't realize they made this. And you start jumping around and you expand your collecting, and that's big on watching YouTube videos or going on the Facebook groups or meeting up with your friends because you get to their collections or their display rooms. Wow, that's awesome, either in person or in photos and people.
That I don't think I'll just, that I won't see again. I mean, there have been all kinds of pieces of that I've wanted, and then, you know, you see it and you think, well, I don't have the money right now for it, and I'll never ever see that again, so I better put it on a credit card and go in debt to buy that. And that is something I rarely will do now, because time and time again, I've seen the thing I never thought I was going to see again, and I've seen it again. So, you know, it's just developing that patience is the, you know, everybody only has so much space for display, if that's what their goal is, and you just slow down, like Justin was talking about, even though he doesn't do it very much. Slow down, have patience, and enjoy it, because you won't, like I said, you only get so much space.
Yep.
So the pieces you pick, you know, they gotta mean something, at least to me. You know, for me, they gotta mean something, because if they're gonna take up that spot in my collection.
Yep.
I think the best part of it, if I were to give advice, and I don't necessarily like that word, is if you have an opportunity, and again, everything that we say speaks from a place of if you can afford it. You know what I mean? The money is a piece of this, but these toys are currency. And the best advice that I can give anyone is if you can buy a lot of toys, and I don't mean a lot as in a ton of toys, I mean a group of toys for one specific price, especially when you can pull some pieces out that you need, then maybe you can then take those and flip those to somebody else. You bump into a Justin, and well, guess what? I have two of these, he has two of those, we both only need one. Now you're trading, now it goes, or somebody has one that is more complete than the one that you have, you can pick it up, and those toys become that currency as well. And I have lists in my phone of where we're at with trade deals, and who, we all have who owes who what, and it's because, again, we have the opportunity to see, hey, Justin has these figures. Okay, well, cool, I want these figures. Well, hey, what are you looking for? I'm looking for this and this. And the next thing you know, no money's changing hands. Everybody's getting what they want. And it's all because I was like, hey, you know what? I only wanted these 2 figures, but he had 10 for sale. It was a good price. I bought them all. Well, guess what? Now those 2 that I had, they were free because I made my money back on the other 8. Yep. And you see a lot of that. And like I said, if you can get you can get that one decent sized lot to kind of start, then you're really heading in the right direction, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I'm curious, you guys talked about the hunt, you talked about, I better buy it now because I'll never see it again, things like that. With as easy as some of these things can be to find on the internet now, right? And you can just search the specific thing you're looking for. Is there more satisfaction in finding it at a show or in having the completion of the set?
Finding it at a show is amazing. The hunt is fun, and realistically, because of this culture that we're talking about, you don't get deals on eBay anymore. When that was first in inception, and even early in my collecting career, you could still find those good deals on there. Now anymore, because of the internet, everybody knows what stuff is worth, or they think they know what stuff is worth, and it makes it much more difficult. You're dealing with shipping, and you're dealing with fees, and you're dealing with all these other things they've tacked on. Finding anything in the wild over getting it on the internet is just a better feeling anyways. But really, a lot of times it ends up being more fiscally responsible to do it that way, because you're going to typically find. The other thing is the barter. A con walking around Tulip City today, things have price tags on them, but you're having a conversation, and you don't go to Meijer and go, hey, you take 15 on that Captain America? Well, you do that here, you know. The art of buying toys and selling toys at a con, this is like, 200 years ago in the bazaar and getting what you need. Well, I've got fur pelts and you have, a lemonade and I need that. And why you never need lemonade if you're trading fur pelts is what I need. And you get the example, and so much of that goes on here, and you lose that. You lose that with the online sales. You lose that with eBay. What has killed eBay has been Facebook. We do so much buying and selling in Facebook groups. The difference is Justin is selling me this piece. I know Justin, okay? Well, guess what? I can look at his Facebook page. I can see this. We can talk to people. It's a little bit more trustworthy because we know you screw up on Facebook, somebody's calling you out and everybody's going to know. And very, very quickly, you're going to be mud in this community and you're done. And there's no coming back from that. So, that trust is a big thing, and to be able to deal in person is cool. The first 4 things that I bought today at Tulip City was not one thing that was for sale at Tulip City. They were all stuff that was brought here because, hey, I bought it on Facebook. Hey, I bought it on. Hey, you gonna be at Tulip City? Hey, you gonna be at Tulip City? Okay. So then I ran around and paid everybody, so that I didn't accidentally spend that money in somebody else's booth later in the day, forgetting that a Lannister always pays its debts. So, but yeah.
The most satisfying toy purchase I ever had. I've always kind of a Wonder Bread He-Man. It's a rare He-Man for those of you who don't know. There's all kinds of controversy around this thing, where it comes from. And you get people that say it's not real, and you got people that demand claim they know exactly where it came from. But that's not the important part of the story. It's a high dollar. We're looking at, in different various conditions. We're looking $500 to $800 usually, maybe $400 to $800 range for this figure. I've always wanted this figure in my collection. Didn't have it. Now I could have went to eBay and I could have paid somebody $800 and got one easily. I've been to shows where there's one sitting in a case there and $600, $400. I could have done that, but I didn't. That would be just because I don't know why it wasn't. I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to find it some way special. Well, recently, I'm at work, and a guy that knows I'm into this stuff, he was paying attention to these local online auctions in my town. He just showed me. He says, hey, Steve, look at these toys. Sitting right there in this lot of toys is this figure. And I'm like, holy cow, that's where is this? It's down the street at an auction yard where I can look at it before I buy it, but I have to purchase it online. I have to get into a bidding, war for this. And I'm like, this lot is a bunch of junk He-Man figures with this one gem in it, and it's in my town. How many other people know about this thing? So I did exactly. I grabbed my buddy Jeremy, jumped in the car, go down, look at this thing, got our eyes on it, made sure it wasn't a fake, which we didn't think with the company of the figures it was in, it was a fake anyways, but no, this thing's the real deal, right? So that night, the auction goes down while I'm podcasting. And so I've got this, and it's a horrible auction. It's not eBay. It's the type of auction where eBay ends at a certain time and it's done. This is where if you get another bid at the end, it extends the length of the auction, so that they can go on forever. And they're horrible. They're horrible, horrible things. And so I get into this bidding where somebody does obviously out there know that there's some value in this thing, and I'm fighting for it. Long story short, I ended up winning it. Paid $470 by the time I got the fees for this lot of probably 25 figures. The cool part about this figures is there were some gems in there, so I sold all the rest of those figures, and I ended up probably netting $100, $150. Plus, I got this cool story that's documented as I was winning it, as I was podcasting. That's way better than me going on eBay and buying it now for $800 or whatever. So that's what the patience comes in. If you have patience and you can do stuff like that, you'll have those experiences that are just fun stuff. Yeah.
For those of you that just walked in, we're kind of talking about the pros and cons of collecting toys or whatever you collect, from finding it in the wild, such as a con like this, or just simply going to eBay. And we're pretty much all on the same page as far as liking that thrill of the hunt, whether you're buying it from someone's personal collection or at a con, a toy show, a garage sale, a stage sale. That's how I was, especially when I was completing my 82 to 89 loose G.I. Joe collection, and then later moving on to the mid-time card. I could have simply gone on eBay, all those things were available, and just buy it now, buy it now, buy it now. But the hunt of trading with people, of buying lots, like Pete said, and going, okay, I need these 20 items. Well, I got 30 items that are duplicates. Let me put a list on one of the Facebook groups. Hey, I got these 30 items extra, but I need these 120 items that are still on my want list, and I start trading part for part, part for part. And I mean, yeah, it takes some time, but it's so much more gratifying than just buying on eBay. I mean, eBay feels like I'm just buying from a robot, you know, a nameless nobody. Whereas Facebook, I can look at their profile pictures, I can have a conversation with them beforehand. It means more to me. And then later, moving on to the mid-on card G.I. Joes, I mean, I can almost go on my wall and go, I remember who I got this one from, and this one from, and this one. So there's a story behind some of them. And when I got super close, when I had like 3 left, and I'm making videos or making posts, other people in the community wanted to help me complete that. So they're like, hey, Justice, I'm at this toy show right now. I remember you needed, you know, an 88 Storm Shadow or whatever, version 2. Here it is. The person wants $50. I'm like, hey, here's 70 for finding it for me. Mail it to me. And so that's the better part of the community in hunting, whereas eBay just, I mean, eBay does have its perks sometimes, but I'd much rather go the alternate.
Well, as we look to kind of wrap up here, our time's almost up. Wondered if anyone had any questions from the crowd specifically for any of these guys about collecting. Yeah.
This is definitely an opinion question. I know everybody has a different opinion on this, at least in the collecting community I'm in. I collect Transformers. I don't know if it's as big in Ninja Turtles, Masters of the Universe, whatever. What are your thoughts on third-party figures for your collections?
Again, like we touched on before, you do you. If this third party doesn't bother you and you're not a, I don't know, purist going, I just need G1 originals, and you can go, I like this third party as much as I like this original, and it doesn't bother you, then who cares with another Transformer collector that has a different opinion than you? Thanks. It doesn't matter. If it makes you happy, it's awesome. I personally like some of those third party. Now we could go on a whole nother tangent about reproductions and whatnot. That's I don't know, that's another panel by itself.
That'd be my only beef. When you talk about third party, I support all third party as long as they're respecting the intellectual property. Yes. As long as they're legit and they're licensing like they're supposed to. Obviously you brought up repro weapons, but some of the knockoff stuff, some of that kind of thing that goes on, that hurts us as a community in general. Somebody took the time to create, you know, from an idea in their mind to paper to production and all this. Third-party stuff, especially in the world of Transformers, is amazing. You're gonna pay for how amazing that is, but as long as they're doing their due diligence and they are legitimately producing that product, I am all for it. It's the backdoor stuff that hurts these companies. People, exactly. When you're ripping off somebody, you're stealing from them. And like I said, as long as it's legit, I fully understand it. The outside the realm of, like, you know, I look at Turtles and so Playmates made those originally. There's so many companies making great Ninja Turtle stuff right now. And I don't know if NECA would be considered a third party. I don't think it technically is. But when other manufacturers get their hands on a line and they can put their spin on it, it kind of opens your eyes to what other things could have been. And you come, again, the price goes up, but so does the quality, the articulation, the paint app, the sculpt. The overall quality goes up with that price as well. So you really are getting what you pay for.
Yeah, I agree. Third party, like especially with Transformers, third party where they're re-engineered, sometimes they're improved. They're that stuff is a different story than the straight up knockoff. The straight up knockoff just really in the long run makes it so that Hasbro or Mattel or even these smaller companies, you know, Super 7, 4 Horsemen or whatever, they can't compete with themselves because their stuff is getting snuck out the back door and sold on eBay for, a fraction of the cost. So how do they respond to that? Well, the cost of everything is going to go up. and a lot of people don't know that how that stuff happens, and I didn't know this till recently either, is apparently a lot of these knockoffs happen in like middle of the night shifts where the factory actually produces them without the knowledge of the people who really use them. So they're using people's molds and everything else, but those molds wear out. So, and the tooling is the most expensive part of making a toy. And so, they're depreciating the tools that that the company spent all that money to engineer and produce. It's not a good thing when it comes to the knockoffs. I don't agree with those.
Any other questions?
Regarding collecting.
Do you have a toy from your collections that, say you had it as a kid, got rid of it not realizing you wanted it, and took forever to find it again, like the Monty Moose?
I can't think of anything that I wanted from my childhood that I haven't bought. In fact, one of the things I picked up today was a mass grinder, which is a semi-truck, essentially, that has weapons and missiles. And I already have one. It was like one of my favorite toys as a kid, but I bought a nicer one. Because a more complete one that had better chrome, the decals had both drivers. So now I have a buddy who needs some parts off of my other one, so I'm going to flip that. So I can't think of a piece off the top of my head that I absolutely need, because realistically, those are the ones I attacked first. Those are the first things that I went after. So, yeah.
I'm the same boat. I've got so much more toys now than I did when I was a kid.
Oh,
so it's
true.
ridiculous.
Same.
So it's, there's like he said, anything that was special to me is one of the first things I grabbed when I started this journey. So there's nothing really out there now. It's all the stuff that I didn't have, that I wanted, that I couldn't get. That's what I'm after.
But the stuff that I did own as a child is way more valuable and important to me, even though it's all, worn out or sun bleached and whatnot. I don't want to upgrade that, and I remember that. Unfortunately, most of my G.I. Joe and Little Muscle Men, I blew those up with firecrackers and shot them with BB guns. But my He-Man toys, I kept them in tubs. I put them away after each time, and those are the ones in my personal collection. And once I got, as an adult collector, going, oh my God, I didn't realize they made all these other ones. So I got a complete collection now, but my original ones that I played with as a kid, that my grandmother, every time she came to visit, would give me a new He-Man figure, and those are more valuable. Spoiled, yes. But like the G.I. Joe Tomahawk, the big helicopter, I remember blowing that thing up when I was a kid because I was a pyro. But that was one of the first things that I bought as an adult collector. I did.
So if Grandma was buying you the He-Man figures, who the hell was buying you the firecrackers?
I was finding the firecrackers from my cousin's house.
We all had that cousin.
All right, well, that's all the time we've got. You guys, Steve, Justin, thanks so much for being on the panel. Make sure you guys check out My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me podcast, right? And then Justice Curry on YouTube.
And what's your podcast?
Podcasters of the Universe.
Yes.
Podcasters of the Universe.
Man.
Awesome. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
I run it like a point guard, Justice Curry, the trading toy god. A Skeletor, your bones apart, and Rio blast you from the jump start. King Randor or Bonaparte, it don't matter, they tug at my heart. When I sit back in my chair and check out He-Man, to be like him, I wonder how it would be, man. To go back to a kid, I wonder how it would feel, man. To have Joes and Mo too, keep it real, man. I reminisce on days when I played, and days dazed in the haze as we laid in beds mama made with cold lemonade. Sun let off rays, drove by my lampshade. Think about it now when it all gets blurry, like whiplash, all of the tears in a hurry. Remember who I am now, and I surely forget who I am at times. Just Justice Curry. But dreams ain't attainable at a whim, and hopes don't really care if you frown or grin. And God does care if you live well or sin, and deep down inside you know you care if you win. So when you reminisce, remember that you have time to live fully. Don't hinder that. We can all learn from looking back in the past. Spend too much time there and your life will pass.